When the lab coats say these rifts could destroy the entire galaxy, that doesn't include the main menu, right? Geography ain't my strong suit.
All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, yesterday, I wanted to go here, but the game froze. It was quite late, so I decided to just stop there for the night. And so we return today. From what I remember yesterday, I think that blue dot that we're running towards, there was a note somewhere that said that there's some Reptidon, cave or something there, and that they encountered a animal that's much stronger than everything else that they've seen before. And when we entered Praetor, I think as well there was this noise, loud noise, from some animal that must be crazy strong. So I assume that that's the animal that we will encounter later. Bullet Blender is so strong, it's insane.
I will restore my life or avenge my death.
Gun device reload the rest of blah blah blah. Optic. Yeah, so how do I... With the mods, I really haven't figured out the best thing yet. Probably need to go through one of those vendors that has all the mods. Saying that I don't have a lot of... I don't have actually that much money that usually when you play these games and you do everything that you can, you get a shitload of money together. I don't have that much. Like 5 grand at the moment. Lightning Tower Central. Oh, I definitely need one mission for this. But there's only one lightning tower left that has been colored. But it looks like this actually was not as dope animal. Oops. I actually might do. do this. I mean, it's too late for this already. But there you go. Critical hits do significantly more damage. Critical hits that can cause the target to explode and deal damage to nearby hostiles. Yeah, that is just insane. Alright. Let's have a look at the perks actually. What are we getting? Once every few seconds when you deal damage, you will deal damage again as N-Ray. That is crazy. And then for evasion, that's it? Evasion is not that strong. Problem is, I also won't get through here, will I? Access codes. I don't have those. So what we're going to do here then, of course, is head to the left. So this area is unexplored. There's the last tower as well. Hold on, this one. We calibrate lightning towers. I still don't know actually why I need to recalibrate these towers. I haven't found that out. I just know that they need to be recalibrated, but not sure as to why. Maybe 5, so 5, 10. Alright, so she gets extra strength injector. Yes, adjust the injection speed of an auto injector, allowing it to be applied over a longer time with no efficiency loss. While in the party, your inhaler heats for more, and also undamageable for 3 seconds after using the inhaler. Now that is insane. Ace's compatibility now inflicts stun. Ace automatically against one shot of a compatibility when it goes down. Upgrades your mines and explosive. She will occasionally perform a flurry of attacks with a knife.
Impressive for a lightning rod. Keeps us from being fried while...
Go there. Approach the gate and identify yourself if you're looking for access.
Actually, I don't like this weapon.
Well, of all the improbable sights I'd never imagined to actually see, folks simply wandering around the Badlands of Praetor would be near the top of that list. I've not the mind to solve the equation that demonstrates how unlikely it is you've survived enemy combatants, hostile critters, and endless lightning in near equal measure.
So this is an order person. Nice. The landing pad is literally right there. Getting here was really, really easy.
Is that so? Amusingly enough, I'm inclined to believe you, which means you might be just the help Exemplar Simon's been waiting for.
Always happy to help the order. Where do I find the Exemplar?
He is in the lab atop the hydraulicalized lift. Ironically, the lift was struck by lightning while the station was being reset and is stuck in its raised position. There is a trail that leads to the top. Just mind the jump onto the platform, and don't touch anything glowing, sparking, or obviously shedding lightning on your way there. And given the situation we find ourselves in, I'll be leaving the gate charged unless you're ready to pass through it. Just approach, and I'll power it down for you.
Power the fuck down.
Should you ever need to exit the station, just approach the gate, and I can open it for you.
Oh. Fitzgibbons.
Greetings, unaffiliated individual? Could you be a freelancer? A gun for hire? Might you be interested in a job involving the removal of dangerous creatures?
Always. What depends on the job.
Very well. There's a cave directly southeast of our position, positively infested with raptidons. If you exterminate the lot of them, I'll upgrade your basic entry permissions to allow for purchase of our surplus of supplies.
Sure thing.
Oh, this is so exciting.
Is that? It's not far away at all. Right, initiate Weir did some stupid shit here. I can see him. He's down there. Dead. Ooh. 79 bits just from this, from the bit card treasure hunter thing. That's nice.
My wits end with that damn protectorate safe. If you can open it, whatever's inside is yours. I wash my hands of it.
I should have had this. I should have taken this way earlier so that you get way more bits. Yeah. There you go. Already 130 just from this. And I have it like a couple of minutes. I should have taken, because I think as well the perk is basically, right? It's observation 1. I could have taken this straight at the beginning. So I would think it makes sense if you can get treasure hunter, take it as early as possible.
So, you're the mysterious individual that's caused such a stir across Arcadia? Well, it is my sincerest of pleasures to meet you. I am Exemplar Simon, head of research at this station. Please consider me your personal conduit to this meager, yet profound portion of the universal equation. How may I be of service?
I came across a malfunctioning tower, and after fixing it, it told me to come here.
Ah, so you're the reason I've been alerted to recalibrations. I'd wondered why some of these systems suddenly came back online. Originally, the Protectorate designed this facility to control those grounding towers, which are the only thing keeping Praetor's ceaseless lightning from turning us all into ash. And to be sure, that is the only reason Anti or the Protectorate haven't taken this place by force. They are rightly terrified of what happens if this station goes offline. However, neglect during this conflict led to Axon's shorting at 5 of the towers, causing gross misalignment. If they aren't realigned, the failures will catastrophically cascade.
And you need me to realign them. I can do that.
Wonderful. In order to recalibrate a tower, you must find the malfunctioning panel inside their control room and reset it. And to speed you along, I can offer a unique incentive. Prior to being driven from this facility, the Protectorate was exploring lightning-powered explosives. The concept was clearly beyond them, but I have already solved their errors. So with each tower you align, I can produce a batch of the explosives they theorized, and I would happily share them with you.
Are you saying I can come back after aligning a tower and pick up lighting grenades?
Indeed. When aligned, each tower fills a capacitor I've modified, which provides me with enough electrical accumulation to fabricate a handful of these explosives. Unfortunately, the capacitors are only able to hold the charge for mere moments before failing catastrophically. Thus, I'm limited in production by the 5 capacitors that remain. So, for each tower you align, I am able to fabricate a handful of these electron explosives, the sum of which I shall share with you.
I'm in.
That is fantastic news. I'll begin fabrication as soon as you've aligned each tower, and so I shall have the explosives ready for you upon your return.
Running station terminal passcode. Okay, cool. One of these. This is probably the other tower. Anyway, is there a way down here? Towards the... Nope, that just goes way down. I think this is no different. It's not. Long way around. I definitely want to go with these. Let's have some shit. Oof. Now that gave us some money. Man, this fucking treasure hunter is amazing. How did I not use it earlier? Eliminate the Raptidons. They're fucking exploding. That's what I have. Okay, before we go up there.
That wasn't intentional. It's a fight.
Disgusting beasts. Ah, but it continues. There's always like 3 coming out. That looks like the last fucking tower.
Stunning. Butchering is a-
It's just so fucking many of them. Disgusting. Disgusting. We calibrated all the grounding stations. So.
You've returned. Are the Raptidons vanquished? Have you completed the job?
Yes.
Oh, incredible. Then, as the prime requisitionist currently at this station, I confer to you upgraded permissions that allow for surplus supply purchases.
Nice. Plasma charge burst. Rifle. Plasma. Beautiful. Right, and then we can go up and finish the other quest as well.
By law, you've done it. I cannot lie. My math placed the odds of your survival at 0.00343%. But your reputation indicates that you reliably beat the odds. So why am I surprised? Unfortunately, I am limited in forms of compensation. However, I've refined the schematics so they may be constructed with your own rudimentary tools. I trust that you will find wonderful methods of deployment that will manipulate every equation to your favor.
Beautiful. Alright, so actually I'm gonna storm grenade. That sounds pretty cool. Swap that over. And we have more ways to go here. Remembering the Soren's family, may the rest in perfection. Okay.
You know, I didn't have any knowledge of corporations besides some general teachings we had as children that they exist. House call.
Advanced side lifetime of combat. You know, I actually never tried to walk up to this in the first place. Maybe I should do that.
Artillery incoming! Get down!
But, well then, in this case, we just continue here. Oh, another starving up to now. Meaty roll-ups. Okay, I
I
need
can
to
tell that the Raptidons here subsisted entirely off meaty roll-ups. Is that what it is, buddy? Your palate too fancy for us?
that means we need meaty roll-ups to have another pet. Where the fuck do we find meaty roll-ups? Oh, the problem is as well is I ate all my food. Annoying. Annoying. This is lead. Another drop pod. It's Auntie's choice.
You're about to enter territory controlled by Auntie's choice. Act accordingly, or you'll end up as close friends with the inside of a Raptidon.
Of course they have a base here. It just makes sense. Just makes sense.
What have we here? You're definitely not a member of my battalion. You best be here on business. My time is valuable. Oh, I didn't realize there were any enhanced soldier candidates left, and certainly none deployed to Praetor. I'd think it wouldn't be worth the cost of transportation.
You didn't miss anything. I ain't deployed. Could say I'm more of a freelancer these days.
I had high hopes for the enhanced soldier program. A good idea with disappointing results. Still, you seem more functional than most of the others I've seen. And there's certainly work for freelancers on this desolate rock. Now then, I assume you have a reason for being here.
Aren't you just a ray of solar radiation? Not happy with your deployment? Right, let's say there were some protected forces on the far side of the tunnel. I dealt with them.
That is by far the best news I've heard all day. If you were one of mine, I'd give you a promotion for speeding along my departure from this sad lump of rock they call a moon. I'll send orders to have them finish the tunnel immediately.
Right. So this fucking tunnel here.
I assume you've got something important to discuss. Why would I be? Are your lamps broken? Praetor is a dirtball racked by lightning storms. I understand the strategic value of Praetor, but this assignment is beneath me.
Where should you be?
Your orbit, sitting in HQ, being involved in overall strategic planning of this system-wide campaign.
So what's stopping that from happening?
My superior assigning me here. What else?
Job's a job.
Huh. That sounds like something a lifer on a factory line says.
So then why haven't you dealt with the barricade yet?
If I could have solved it that easily, it would have been solved by now. If you think it's so trivial, deal with it yourself.
Maybe I will. Let's talk about that instead.
Make it quick. We were working on getting around it by tunneling through a mountain. Unfortunately, work is ground to a halt, extending my deployment on this void-forsaken dirtball.
Seems like a lot of work.
Agreed. But they have no defenses on that side. Why would you defend the side of an unclimbable mountain range? We could catch them off guard and put an early end to this campaign.
Why did you stop digging?
Our equipment detected some kind of anomaly, mostly vibrations. Until we know what it is, I ordered to stop. Causing a cave-in gains us nothing.
Sounds like something is bothering you.
Of course not. No, I'm not gonna dig into this right now.
The weapon works. Test it somewhere else.
Yeah, sorry, that was actually not on purpose. Cool. All right, so they wanted to go through there. We have cleared that.
You there. You came from outside the camp, didn't you? Interested in work? Or was the allure of helping to advance science and being paid for it too much to resist? I'll get right to it then. I need someone to bring me a Gorvid egg.
Oh, we have that. Count me in. What do you need an egg for first?
I'm a head biological researcher doing some fascinating and mighty important work with Gorvids. I sent my assistant off to the north with a tracking device, hoping he'd lay hands on a Gorvid egg. I desperately need that egg for my research. Could you bring me one? Oh, and bring back my assistant, too. If you find him with all his pieces still stuck together. He ain't much good for assisting in research if he's all torn up. Sound reasonable?
What can you tell me about the creatures you work with?
Which of my assorted critters would you like to know about?
Raptidons.
We've got quite a pile of them here on Praetor. Excellent hunters, trackers, and shock troops. Extremely loyal, now that we have them on an all-meaty roll-ups diet.
Meti wasps.
We tried them, and they were devastating for all of 12 hours. Then we found out the hard way that they're attracted to lightning, which I claim credit for discovering. Once all the queens got zapped, that was about it. There's no more real hives now, just a few wasps left in the mountains.
They genocided a whole species. Oh my god. What's the story with these Gorvids?
Gorvids are absolutely fascinating. A sort of simian-avian hybrid, extremely deadly. Absolutely incredible physiology. I can't wait to have an egg. The thought of being the first person to catalog the process makes me positively giddy with excitement. The profits from my next few papers are going to be incredible.
A biological researcher out looking for monsters that can kill people is a little suspect.
Guilty as charged. My job is studying which critters we can use to fight the Protectorate here on Praetor. Right now it's mostly Raptidons, which I'd be more than happy to talk on at length if you've an interest. Excellent. Which ones? Something else then?
Alright, here's your fucking egg.
Incredible! And to think I sent all those assistants to die for nothing. I should have just sent a heavily armed stranger first. Here's your reward. You've certainly earned it. Now, back to my lab. I'm going to get so many papers published. Every biological researcher will know my name. There's going to be statues of me.
This is really not a good person at all. Borst Blaster. Drops volatile tumors that stick to surfaces and cause corrosive explosions. Attached tumors may be picked up as ammo or eaten on the spot for immediate health. Warning, eating volatile tumors grants significant toxicity. Let's give this a try, eh? Need that fucking...
You're lucky we're patient, Thor.
Was just -1, so that's fine. I need this bloody... Wasn't this one? Alright.
You know, I reckon half the corpses in here end up as Raptidon chow. Yes? Yes? And? I spent some time as a Raptidon training assistant. If I get my final severance pay in this war, will one of the Raptidons I trained eat me? Boy, stop! I don't want to listen to you jaw about this. Maybe it'll be Ripper. Or Little Chompy. Stop!
This might be it in regards to people to talk to. Probably more here. Look at my own body. Mad Queen. Especially large and violent female Raptidon. Near the chemical factory. Right. Yeah. Oh, it's quite there. It's right there. can't exactly remember what the code was, but I think I see it. Beautiful. Alright, let's go to the Mad Queen's cave.
I've had more than enough of your bloodthirsty talk. Can you not? For a little while at least? It's damned repugnant.
Seriously? I'd have thought it would be something you'd understand. Considering your penchant for murdering creatures and affixing them upon your person.
That's not... Hey, I'm not doing this for sport. I'd die if my graft hadn't been fixed.
So, I would die of boredom if I couldn't daydream of viscera and my foe's impending death.
Alright, let's go for the fucking Mad Queen. This thing is so strong. I mean, I have guns 20, so that's that too. That too. Oh my god, the fucking outline is... Ready. Right, then we're gonna go the other way. And see what we have here. Auntie's Fine Product Revitalization Center. Still haven't found that fucking meat that I need for the other pet.
With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for Adrena time! If you won't let us sleep today, you can charge us for stimulates!
That's nicely.
More bottles on factory
Right,
floor!
their employer too.
Time for all bathroom doors!
Definitely making her miserable.
We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans!
Exactly.
Workers are too rowdy. Door stays shut for now.
Anyone to talk to? Carol Sterling.
Welcome, fellow disgruntled worker. Can't say I recognize you. You come from a different plant to support our cause?
What's going on here?
We're causing trouble. We just found out that we're basically slave labor. And now we're learning to stand up for ourselves.
They just found that out. How'd you learn that?
Dunbar, one of our level 3 packers, explained it to us. He's got a new coiffured friend who's helped us understand the workers' plight of, our politeness or something.
Anything a random stranger can do to help?
No. We need someone who's been given some authority by Auntie to come make sense of this mess. Until then, I think we're stuck just pelting Greg's office window with our refuse.
I mean, I have a really good reputation. I mean, trusted. I guess maybe one more?
Make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans!
Let's see.
Whatever it is you're after, go looking for it somewhere else.
Yes? The whole reason we set up here is to avoid customers. Is there something you need?
What's all this?
See that repackaging facility down there? We're supposed to be working it, slaving away for a few meager bits that we then gotta use to pay for our own necessities. They work us like cysty pigs, charge us for the stems we need to yoke those hours, and don't let us relieve ourselves but in empty fizzy tea bottles we keep beneath our stations. So, we're making trouble until that changes. Until we get some respect. Until the privy is left open all day.
I don't understand. Doesn't being slave labor come with a lot of job security?
That there is certainly an opinion shared by the Auntie's Choice leadership. Though, it saddens me to find a fellow worker share such a stark view of our worth. Now, if you'll excuse me. Yes? The whole reason we set up... So, we're making trouble until that changes.
Anything I can do to
Until
help?
we get... Can't imagine what. Ain't like you could fix all of Auntie's Choice's hierarchy by your own self. I don't think you could even change this one dumpish overseer ruining our lives. Now, if you'll excuse me.
So yeah, maybe I need more, you know, reputation, or I don't know, getting a different quest somewhere back. Maybe that's something they would help with if I would ask for help by choice.
You seem like a go-getter. Let's consume lunch sometime.
Consume lunch sometime. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything here. Alright, so now we'll head this way.
I'd prefer to fight a trained Raptidon than a feral one. Well, neither, if I had a say in the matter.
Auntie's Choice Chemical Factory.
Company of the unwanted kind.
Bob. Dribble.
You 5 seconds to make plain your intent before I let my boys here pitch some swill at you.
What are their names?
Dribble and Gob. Pretty fearsome, ain't they?
Only as half as fearsome as your good self. I wouldn't dream of picking a fight with you.
Don't think I've not cottoned on to what you're doing. Trying to flatter me? You want into the factory, don't you?
Promise I'll be on my best behavior, just like you good boys here.
Not sure what curiosity's compelling you, but you seem an alright sort. Long as you don't make trouble, suppose there's no harm in letting you look about. You've access to the main floor, but mind yourself. There's a fair few hazards about the factory, and folks on the upper level aren't like to be as amenable as me about your visit.
Okay.
This place smells of spilled chemicals and death.
We all have work to do and a solar system to liberate. Everyone get to work. Your home office away from home will be waiting for you when the job...
There must be quests that you get when you
Ain't paying me enough to pick up after these dim bulbs. Just the other day I had to warn one of them not to plumb an outlet with their own finger. Asked them why, and they just replied, it looked a little loose. Law. These scientists...
Second floor's off limits.
Right, but they've got no practical smarts. Marvin! That puddle ain't water. No, that don't mean touch it to find out what it is.
something. I don't know what percent. Maybe if we would, can you even side with the protectorate? Sure. Wasn't it shut? Right. Okay, that's that. Some of these guys have real funny titles. Corporate problem solver. Dead. Looks like there's some access there. I don't even know what I want here, so I'm not gonna risk it right now. Like I don't have any quests, nothing. Get. I feel like if you don't have the quest there, you really don't actually. There's nothing to get from these places, right? There's just some materials and whatnot, but like you can't pick up anything crazy. They finished the tunnel? Sure fucking did.
Mighty glad that's over and done with. Yeah. Just need to finish reinforcing the tunnel and I can collect a big fat bit cartridge. Mighty glad that's over and done with. Just need to finish reinforcing the tunnel and I can collect a big fat...
Okay, so the only place I haven't looked at here is this thing. I have looked at it, but I haven't gone inside, I guess. So.
Got company, Commander. The unfriendly kind.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of Come in, come right in, and be refreshed.
Oh, from Head Refresher Gould.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability.
Are you ready to realign with the paradigm? To shed all manner of
Oh my god.
All it takes is some light instruction, a restorative cocktail,
and a quick dip into the lathe of particularity to abrade your imperfections.
I'm Head Refresher Gould, and I guarantee when you exit our doors,
You'll be a productive member of our perfect society again. Soon you'll say,
goodbye, imperfect thoughts, hello, contentment.
Tap on the old brain pan.
Talk quiet, mentally refreshed. No, please don't say that. Plus 1% experience earned. Nice.
Mental refreshment process. Greetings, subject. Or should I say refreshed today?
Should not.
Notions are a gateway to mayhem, bedlam, turmoil, and vexation.
Welcome to the Wellnetarium. You're not on my schedule. A walk-in then. Wonderful. Once you're properly evaluated, we'll have you well on your way to refreshment.
I think a few bulbs burned out and this one's upstairs. Play along. We should be able to get past.
Oh, you appear to have questions. A telltale sign of needing refreshment.
Of course it is. The process you do here does what exactly?
Head Refresher Gould says mental refreshment increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclinations, and refashions the mind into a thing of symmetry. I've undergone the procedure myself, several times they say, and look at me now, never more content.
Is there any other way in here or out?
None authorized to you. Not until completion. Now there. No need to fear evaluation. It's just a few brief fleeting questions, all perfectly harmless, I assure you. Simply
Leading
step
questions.
over to my automechanical colleague to my left, / your right, and it will begin your assessment.
Who talks like that? Who says slash when they say slash? This guy, by the way, is Orkley, which is lackey. Anyway.
Greetings, subject unscheduled. Welcome to Placid Waters Wellnetarium. Evaluation commencing. Subjects are required to respond 100% accurately to all queries. Bespoke prescribed regimens may produce untoward ramifications if baseline data is greater than minutely erroneous. Query 1. Concisely characterize your personal perspective.
I have an abiding curiosity to know more. I ask questions.
Incorrect. The accepted answer is, I fulfill my duty to the Sovereign as a loyal protectorate subject by operating at peak efficacy, without error, perpetually, each a vital cog. Query 2. Rate your present level of zealous efficaciousness on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being the highest, 3 being a traitor, 1 being dead.
What? 11?
Incorrect. Wait, processing. That was correct. No subject has ever answered that query accurately before to date.
Yes,
the degree of zealous efficaciousness expected of a dutiful and true subject of the Protectorate is beyond measure. Query 3. Do you ever fall prey to imperfect thoughts, including, but not limited to, doubt, disbelief, uncertainty, curiosity, recalcitrance, and mischief?
Recalcitrance. Those are essential parts of the human experience, of course.
Unacceptable. A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry. Final query. How would your neighbors describe you?
They had arms, legs, a head, and some clothes.
Unsatisfactory response. The appropriate reply was, they never questioned, never doubted. Their zeal never lagged. Formulating conclusion. Phrenometric matrix delineated. Subject evaluation score total 200 out of 200. The acceptable amount for a true and dutiful Protectorate subject is 0. In conclusion, you are in dire need of mental refreshment. Now, proceed to the nearby pneumatic tube to collect your complimentary unitard and lift pass. Next, proceed 1 floor down, where you will be directed further. Or realignment with the paradigm begins now.
Is that the tube?
Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the
Low privilege priority pass prisoner clothing. I mean, we're running around with a weapon. It's not like... And a fucking cultist.
Try to blend in. Act like a neutered, brain-dead lunatic.
Just be yourself.
Fierce.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout...
I mean, what do I have on? Patient step. Okay, so we're gonna put this on.
Placid Waters Wellnetarium here on Praetor is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top
Gould.
cognitive devisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process.
What do I have here? Scrutinize eyepiece.
Refreshing than ever.
Oh, hello. Oh, you're new. Must be. you still retain that look of inquiry and deliberation. I'm Waylon.
You see, have that look about you too. Have you not been refreshed?
No, I'm newly full of zeal. That is, I hope the process took this time. They say my phrenometric peaks are resistant to abradement, but still, they try.
How many times have you gone undergone treatment?
A facilitator said that I'd been here thrice, but I only remember once or twice.
We better find a way to get you out of here before you're affected like the others.
I couldn't leave. Not yet. Haven't completed my regimen. My phrenometric peaks are still jutting all over the place, they say.
Well, good luck.
May you realize... Hello again. Feeling refreshed yet? Not sure. I once felt the same way. Others too. One even dug a tunnel. Staff didn't like that. They abraded that subject's phrenometric peak something good. Wait, I couldn't leave. Not yet. May you Hello again. Feeling I make all songs about the original versions about being a good protectorate subject and turning in your neighbor if they lack zeal or think thoughts and such. In my case, not yet. Not that I haven't tried. There's something about the lyrics that just seem to want to stay put in my mind. Mayhap the refreshment is doing its work. Of course, we're all supposed to watch each other close to keep the paradigm on track and abiding. First thing you do when you're back is thank the person who did it.
Really?
I couldn't leave. May you realize...
Same.
Medicament dispensement has concluded for medicament dispensement has concluded for today. Please proceed to the lecture hall to request an exception.
Mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia. Placid Waters Wellnetarium here on Prater is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top advisor.
These. I need these fuckers.
For making the mental refreshment process more
The kitchen pantry is presently off limits due to anomalous structural...
Bit privilege, full privilege.
Settle down, everyone. Lecture's playing. Prepare to be edified.
For today's topic, we'll touch on why our...
I'll be back in a minute.
is so very important. Ignorant, misguided outsiders may wonder, why does the Protectorate need mental refreshment? Doesn't it inhibit personal freedom? Yet this freedom they celebrate is a yawning chaos, and their choice is an invitation to failure, loss, and anarchy. It is a sad fact that all human beings require direction. As my good friend the Consul would say, at its base, humanity unguided is cravenly, inept, and slothful. We of the Protectorate are not, because we do not allow ourselves to be. The paradigm charts our course, gives us purpose. The Consul is the firm hand that guides us. Mental refreshment keeps us on task, free from doubt, efficient, perfect. And thus we enjoy amity, luxury, and resplendence. The system provides, the system abides.
A whole lot of meaningless blather. Standard Protectorate fare.
Let's have a chat first.
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how mentally refreshed are you feeling today?
10.
Response, zeal, noted. With hope, our highly trained refreshment facilitators will share your promising self-diagnosis. Medicament dispensement has concluded for the day. Response, medicaments are stored in medicament storage, the office in which this unit presently operates. Yet, it is strictly off-limits to all non-refreshment facilitator personnel. Farewell statement. May refreshment soon render you free from doubt. A vital cog once more.
Why do we need the fucking tablets? Data of rapuritin, key component protected mental reflection process. Helps you prioritize on what matters most. Unthinking complacency.
Customers about.
Never more content, never more content.
Hey there.
How am I supposed to get there?
To ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times, the paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation, stymies untoward inclination, and fashions the mind into a thing of symmetry.
Hostile ahead. What's the play?
Back in business. Look out, Kirimdor. Don't make me a bad move. Disruptive.
Right, so just one level up, basically. I mean, these scientists, they don't really do anything. I don't necessarily need to kill them. Member of 2 hour refreshment facilitators. Remember to avoid activating the system until there is heavily late retreat to my office. Detect menu signs of previous settings to food chamber with gas.
Hey, watch that sound. Why is the wall look so soft all of
Right. Fucking gassed him. Nice.
Oh, do I detect a whiff of reprioritin gas? You know, I suddenly feel a mite more pliable somehow. Surely nothing to question.
Surely.
I thought no one was due for peak abradement for hours. I should have your chart. Wait. Wait. Ha! You're not a protectorate subject at all. You have the telltale look of wonder and introspection.
And you, my friend, are mildly intoxicated and highly open to suggestion. In other words, vulnerable.
Well, this is normally where you'd say something.
I'm an outsider.
Oh, how outrageous. Suppose I should call the guards, but my. Oh dear, I seem to be a little unstable at the moment. But never fear, I have intellect to spare. Don't believe me? I can prove it. Even in a state such as this, I am more than able to apply my argumentative skills against the inferior minds and bankrupt philosophies of our rivals. To what end are you here? Tell me truly. Speak plainly.
I don't even know. Detail the horrors of the mental refreshment process.
You know, I'm beginning to have an inkling about your purpose here, and whose employ you're under. A proposal. Adequately debate me on the merits and failings of each group's ideology, and I'll provide you what you're here for.
Dumb and brilliant together. That's amazing. What about a reasonably incompetent manner? Or an unreasonably competent manner?
Anything shy of dreary should do.
Thank you.
If you haven't noticed, the bar for conversational intrigue around here is relatively low.
Always up for a spirited debate.
Yes, well, you'll see, even in a nominally reduced state, I am more than up to the task. So, what of the Order, our former allies, those cursed overthinkers, doomed to lives free of luxury, toiling away in ceaseless cogitation? What say you of them?
Dedicating one's life to research sounds wonderful. As a scientist, surely you must agree.
What I may find personally satisfying is irrelevant. I think first of my community. Thought is an affliction to the base cog. Rampant, unrestrained rumination leads nowhere pretty. Though your point, while gratingly expressed, is noted, albeit grudgingly. What say you Aunt Auntie's choice, then? Tell me, is there any value in the vapid emptiness of those corporate consumerists?
They're effective at getting things done.
It's true. Need a rival vendor dealt with? We'll repossess their wares. Need a township seized? We'll pay the guarding forces to lay down arms. If that don't work, we got firepower.
Yes, I've seen the craters left in their wake. They're quite capable as far as looting and destruction go. I'm not sure I perceive the merit in that, though. In the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. Food, technology, a sense of belonging, freedom from doubt, worry, hard work. No, the others simply cannot compare.
You almost sound like a patient. Are you repeating a script?
Not word for word, no. I do take certain liberties with the Sovereign's Handbook, a beacon to the cosmos, to inhabit the spirit of the work and give it a dramatic, scientific air. I understand you meant that as an insult, but I refuse to be baited by those either jealous or ignorant of our ways.
Science plus brilliance. Mental refreshment robs subjects of curiosity. Without inquisitiveness, would you be you?
Oh, are we to debate the nature of self now? Of identity? Let's stay on topic. I admit I've never submitted myself to the lathe of particularity, but I'm sure it would be like a light, pleasant misting of the mind. I am certain I would return unchanged. Well, admit I assumed this conversation would be more engaging. Did you have any final points you'd like to make? As a last chance to distinguish yourself?
What do you think the matriarch would think about the mental refreshment today?
Her opinion to me would be largely irrelevant. While I appreciate all she did, of course, there are those who are visionaries and those of us who enact vision, who make it real. All right, fair enough. In that little battle of wits, one of us proved severely outmatched, and I'm not sure you're completely aware of which of us I'm referring to. I am deeply disappointed by your lack of intellectual prowess, though ultimately I'm not wholly surprised. Suppose that leaves one last thing.
Guards, we have an intruder.
Looking a little
Shit.
wounded there.
God.
Oh,
And
well, this, Eve, to what end are you here? A proposal. Adequately debate me. Anything shy of So, what of the Order? Our former allies? Those cursed overthinkers, doomed to lives free of luck. What say you about Auntie's choice, then? Tell me, is there any value in the vapid emptiness of those corporate consumerists?
Can't blame you. Every one of the employees you had dealings with are the most vapid of the lot, excepting myself, obviously.
I do appreciate your candor. That even in the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. Food, people are unproductively prone to unhappiness. We remove this self-sabotaging flaw so they can fully appreciate the ample bounty we provide. Oh, that does sound rather engaging. Well, you've raised some interesting points, I suppose. Any other clever assertions you'd like to... Usually, I'd take that as the worst kind of slander, but take it. Yes, it's true. I am Now, what next?
Oh, I actually need to convince him.
Why, I'd say you're right. That would prove without the shadow of a doubt its safeness and efficacy, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Tell you what, I'll get in and you work the controls over there.
Oh my god. This is gonna be interesting. Looks horrible, but he is an horrid being.
I'm refreshed, so refreshed that la 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 la. A perfect society demands.
And now he's trapped in the mental cage of his own making. Might be satisfying if things weren't so damn bleak.
History matters turning to soup.
Please give a nice detailed design construction of the lathe of particularity, a key component of Protectorate mental refreshment process technology.
Serves him right.
was led to believe my case required minimal treatment. But that last session, that was far more intensive.
Strong observation, Your Sublime Radiance. We set the lathe to the maximal abradement setting, per instructions.
Maximal? Who authorized you to use that setting? I demand the name of my betrayer!
Subject is exhibiting increased agitation upon exiting the lathe, consistent with extreme cases. Further abradement recommended.
Who are you speaking to? Are you recording this? Enough of this farce! Release me at once!
They had the Sovereign here. You know what?
Restoring the balance.
This person here was a despicable fucking being. So yeah, I didn't want him to win. I don't even know what to, like, obviously, there must be for some other quests I don't have yet. These, you know, mods.
Aggressor at hand.
Commander, don't make me avenge you.
Hastening to cover.
Full privilege. We're obviously gonna fucking change everything back here. Blah, blah. And I have the whole fucking mental refreshment thing all handed out to me, yeah. Oh, these guys.
Ah, you've gained privileged access somehow. Our superiors must have arranged it.
Exactly. Actually, there's... I still think I can go one level up, right? No, it was down. Visual administrations.
Trust the plan. Preserve set progress. Sustain the system. Serve the sovereign.
Might have a problem.
What was invasive element?
Oh. The fucking Sovereign must be here, right?
Don't hurt him, please. The Sovereign isn't at his best right now. You're not here to harm him, are you? If so, I must warn you, I will defend the Sovereign to the fullest extent of my meager abilities.
That's the former ruler of the Protectorate.
Yes, it is. Our beneficent, infallible ruler, the Sovereign Henry Aloysius Varick, son of the first Sovereign, Reuben Varick. You'll have to forgive him right now. As I said, he is not his best today.
What happened to him?
We've been here since it was determined that the Sovereign, long distraught over the loss of his family, was in need of mental refreshment. Since then, he has been receiving dedicated treatment from head refresher Gould himself.
You don't question any of what happened?
Not at all. Why should I? One who questions betrays. No subject of the Protectorate would ever harm or knowingly allow harm to befall our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign, or consider such a thing. To even think such a thought is unthinkable.
Are they
This stately
completely
form
brainwashed?
before you is the direct descendant of the matriarch herself. All we have, all any of us have, stems directly from the works of his family line. I will stay true to him and the Protectorate to the end. We all will.
You should bring him somewhere with proper medical facilities.
The Sovereign is receiving the finest possible care, as he has every day of his life. Treatment outside the Protectorate is barbaric by comparison. Our system is perfect. Just leave us be. Go. Please, just go. Please, just leave us.
Completely insane.
Just leave.
Well then. I'm sure there must be a quest somewhere where you meant to take him away or something. But for now, let's get the fuck out of here. Because these guys are completely crazy. Okay, so there's only one thing to do. Go there. This guy has to meet roll-ups next. Oh my god. Of course it was close up.
I guess it's pretty cute as far as predatory monsters go.
Alright. Now. Basically have done all the things here. I don't know. There is a card that you can get for this, but we obviously didn't get it. Alright. Let's head to back to the incognito. We'll do the side quest for Tristan first. Right, so this one here. Ship received a mysterious message from Virgil, Tristan's co-prodigy and the Supreme Arbiter. Just read that box from there. Right, so that.
Let us make our way to Paradise Island at once.
what we're doing, you idiot. Automatic repairs continue inside outsider defense facility. That was us. That was us. Okie.
Stop right there, Arbiter Rao. Though I am here on official business, I would prefer to keep this cordial.
Of course.
The Consul seeks answers related to your recent activities. I approach you openly in the hopes that you will comply with his request and come with me peaceably.
Peaceably.
What do you blather about? Delay me and you will pay the price. Not only do I have more pressing business with a colleague, but I do not answer to Sentinels or the Consul.
His loss. I heard Auntie's in the market for a big, dumb, winsome bodyguard. He'd be paid handsomely in Spratwurst and backhanded compliments.
Exactly what questions? You're here to meet someone. Step aside or get hurt.
You're here to meet me. The message you received was of my construction, not your compatriots. Virgil is not coming. Surrender.
Virgil's not coming, you say? Curious. And here I was thinking I was already present.
I like him.
Virgil! Touting your flair for the dramatic, even now I see. But I fear our reunion must wait until we've dealt with this pawn of the Consul.
I had not expected a third party, but it is so much the better. I'm afraid you must come with me as well, Arbiter Montag.
A sentinel demanding anything of me? What madness! Neither Tristan nor I shall accompany you anywhere. Any attempts to force us shall be met with violent reprisal.
What the hell's going on?
I'm somewhat embarrassed to acknowledge that, in my haste to see Virgil, I seem to have led us into a trap. Though ironically, it appears Virgil has been caught as well.
This fool impersonated my credentials, triggering a system alert that led me here. A lowly deception, even for one of the Consul's own.
It was a necessary deception, and one not undertaken lightly. Its aim was to draw your colleague here without bloodshed, for I know he would not have arrived at my request.
I think you find a way to justify your actions no matter what they are. That's always the case, isn't it?
Your explanation does not pull my heartstrings, Sentinel. Yet you at least had the sense not to assail us outright. Surrender, and perhaps you may yet live.
You may not believe me, but I have much admiration for the work you and Arbiter Montag have done for the Protectorate. I've no wish to fight. Enough loyal subjects have died in this war. Come willingly and peaceably, I beseech you.
Peaceably. What actions does Tristan have to explain? I thought Arbiters reacted with impunity.
Both Arbiter Rao and Arbiter Montag were explicitly requested to return to Praetor by the Consul, alongside all other Arbiters some months ago. Refusal without reason is treasonous.
And I'm sure that if we went, we would have been returned whole, neither interrogated nor mentally refreshed. As if your master's nefarious agenda would allow that.
I've no inkling of what you speak. My only master is the Protectorate. My only agenda, the return of peace throughout Arcadia.
Very well. But be warned, I'm not exactly trained in the art of improvisation. We'll need a very good reason for my not answering the Consul's summons.
I'm a trained scientist captured by anti-choice. Arbiter Rowe rescued me.
You don't look like a scientist.
Invented the automatic mustache waxer. You'd keep that from the council.
It's true. I tested it. Then I used my facial hair to kill an anti-choice officer. It was grisly.
I see. It would appear I misjudged this situation after all. I must reinterpret my orders. Accosting you illegally and the subsequent punishment would be mortifying.
So he's chosen not to attack, but the situation has not changed. We spare him. His master gains another tool to cover up the Supreme Arbiter's death.
What are you talking about? I do not seek to hide the Supreme Arbiter's death. I seek to find her killer. Such was next on my list of duties after I apprehended you.
That's convenient. Don't suppose you consider working alongside this guy, Tristan?
No. My earlier reluctance to kill this Sentinel does not denote trust. There's no guarantee he wouldn't attempt to arrest us at a later point.
This is all clearly a tactic on the Consul's behalf. By sending out his agents, he seeks to deflect suspicion from himself. That is, if our compatriot here speaks true.
What must you think of me, or my fellow Sentinels, that you'd even suggest I'd lie to arbiters? I'm not the one positing scurrilous accusations about our beloved Consul. But you needn't take me at my word. My next assignment was to investigate the Oculus collating post. A hidden room there may contain information pertinent to the investigation.
Secret rooms don't seem very protectorate. How do you know about it?
Secret is a misnomer. The room appears to have been built by mistake, but someone forestalled its demolition without marking it on station blueprints. This is what is suspect.
Or it is yet another falsity, intended to draw us close before snapping our necks.
It's a risk worth taking. I can endure whatever the Consul sends my way, and if there is a minuscule chance that this Sentinel speaks true, we must investigate.
I'm pleased to be of service in some manner or another. Protectorate subjects should aid one another.
Seem awfully pleased for someone about to report a failure to their boss.
If you had not interrupted me, I would have committed a terrible injustice upon my brethren. If I am to be punished for my failing, I will suffer the consequences head high. I will take my leave of the lot of you, and in peace. It is my sincere hope that circumstances are as you claim, lest we be forced to meet again.
I shall follow him out, just to certify he intends to act as he speaks. That's done with. He left peaceably, as he said, though I have my doubts for how long.
That was some impressively savvy improvisation before, Commander. Without you, circumstances would have certainly devolved into a battle to the death.
Fun fact, most lesson plans are contrived around 16 seconds before classes start.
I'll spare you my doubts for the umpteenth time, Tristan. I just hope the risk is worthwhile.
I appreciate your caution, but it is quite unnecessary. My comrade and I will look into Oculus collating post.
Have you been to this place before?
Yes, but never for long, and it's been many years. I also have no recollection of any hidden room, so we may have some hunting to do. I regret we've not had more time to talk, Virgil. It has been ages.
Worry not. I'm certain we'll have plenty of time to converse when you've finished your investigation. I have several leads of my own to pursue, as a matter of fact. Until our paths cross again, my friend.
Beautiful. Right, let's get the fuck out of here. He's exposed to Zeranium. He rapidly... enemies taunted by Tristan's companion ability are goaded instead. Goaded enemies do not use cover and take additional damage. After using ability, Jason is frenzied for duration. No. Better. He gains temporary health at the start of the combat, doubling his total health. Killing a target. Yep. Sure. Alright. Off we go. Where is it? I haven't been here yet either. Anyway. Listening for a clue.
I'm glad we made it off Greater Tranquility Station. Presumably the delegates did as well. I'm pleased we prevented their murder. But they remain my enemies, peddling a false peace. I only hope we do not pay for this decision in the future. But let us focus on the task at hand, saving Arcadia from the rifts. My blood boils at the Consul's gall. Overtaking the Sovereign at this most vulnerable time for the Protectorate. He will pay 1,000 times for this treachery. Any fool enough to stand beside him will fall as well. Justice will spare none. None!
Alrighty. Alright, so we head to the station. What's it called? Oculus Collating Post. This space station was once used by the Protectorate to collate seditious speech and meta out judgments accordingly. Indeed. Oh? It was shuttered years ago, largely obsolete in the face of new subject monitoring technologies. That looks like any other station that we've been to. Like the box station and the other one that had the rift in it. Oh, shit. While I was on Eden, I should have gone to the rift.
I recall this place. These stations have been automated since my day, though this one has certainly accrued dust. Odd that it would be in a state of lockdown. I have a general override that should allow us entry, but anything specific to local systems, including security systems, may be beyond me. These security measures should not be operational. The station seems to be on reserve power. We'd best tread carefully.
Boom. Done it. I'm a bit proud of myself. Because I certainly have fucked up like things like this before. Before we do that, let's check that. Art shut. Okay, so that would have been the way out. So that you actually don't need to do all of this. Okay, would have done it. Central processing.
Well, no one is here, lying in ambush. Perhaps some stray systemic error activated the entryway defenses. We'd best first report to security ops. Lift this lockdown. From there, we can set about reactivating the station's primary power, which will allow us to explore unhindered. Is that a footprint in the dust? This station shouldn't have received visitors in years. Be on guard. Someone else may be here. It seems our intelligence was correct. There's clearly a door here, and I would hazard that we'll be able to open it somewhere on station.
Any thoughts where we might look?
We should make sure the station is at full power. If there's an override, that's the only way it will work. Let us go. I feel a strange sense of nostalgia being here, and I do not enjoy it.
Ready. Security center. Between the lines, perimeter, blah blah blah. You spot a phrase written in so tight a scroll you initially mistook for a single stray chalk marking mechanicals can't play pitchball.
My passcode shall not work on this terminal. Unlocking it may be a creative endeavor.
Provide facility lockdown. Enter password to unsee room. Proper password. Dumb. Fuck. That might have been not a good idea.
We may now reactivate the station in the reactor room.
So that was not the proper phrase. I thought the phrase might have been what was there on the thing, but I couldn't actually... There was not... Oh, I didn't... it might have been the top choice, I guess. Maybe... Nose. I mean, the station is not very big, right? The Sentinels must be something like commissars in like 140K.
The reactor activation circuits shall likely be dysfunctional. It's a known issue with these old stations. Let me look. Corroded transistors, dust in the actuator. Did a sprat gnaw on this? Sweet sovereign, what a mess. There. I think I have it. Let us hope my override does not trigger any security alerts.
Breath of Severin Silver.
Good. This should avail us of a much simpler search. Let us return to the central room once more and see if anything seems out of place.
Taking punitive.
Search for a hidden switch in a protectorate holding before. Keep watch. It could be rather small and well hidden.
Why am I? Oh. Need a switch?
I think I've spotted it. Look there at the valve beside the sickly yellow pipe. There behind the room's main pillar. There. I'm certain of movement below. Gurger's
passcode is limber. No. Let's try amulet. No. Wingtip. No. Sovereign's gavel. I should remember this. Damn it.
Can the channel hear everything you're saying? You're using them all wrong.
At least I needn't worry about that line of thought. Only the little things are hard to... Wait. Oh, no.
Of the strategies of feigning innocence I have seen, this is certainly the most pathetic. I accuse you of trespassing upon the private domain of the Sovereign. For these crimes... Wait. I know you. Luther Okada? What in blazes are you doing here? And why do you wear a Sub Rosa uniform?
Because I work for Sub Rosa? More than that, I don't think I can say, Cadet Rao. Mostly because I'm not supposed to, but also because I can't remember.
Know this guy? Cadet Rao?
I knew this man when I was still a cadet. Okada is... or was, a petty troublemaker, though a crafty one. As cadets, Virgil and I apprehended him often. Sometimes Virgil let him go, but he usually went to mental refreshment.
Often enough to know the technicians by name. Until I forgot them again.
This truly is no ploy. But mental refreshment is supposed to return wayward subjects to the proper path, not cause... whatever this is. Despite his faults, the Okada I knew was ultimately benign. But the fact remains that he now trespasses in a secure facility. Duty dictates that I must execute him.
Should interrogate him, see if he knows anything.
That's a wise path. One that shall give me time to contemplate what must be done.
An arbiter used the word execute in the last few seconds, yet I remain alive? Didn't think that was possible.
What exactly were you supposed to do here?
I was sent here to do a specific job, but some of the details are hazy. Gives me conniptions.
You're in a dire situation. I think your life is more important than keeping quiet.
I don't have a choice. Do you think I like having these holes in my memory? There's nothing I can do to answer you.
What do you remember about Tristan, if anything?
He and the other one must have put me away close to 12 times each. I used to be something of a ne'er-do-well.
Ne'er-do-well is a polite term. He was a repeat malefactor. I believe last time we met, he'd vandalized a janitorial automech in an attempt to make it spew profanity.
I got 18 months of hard labor for that. Served me right.
I've seen more capable spies digging ditches. Okada doesn't seem like he should be here.
As much as I'd prefer not to admit it, you may be right. Whoever hired him must not have known about his addled mind. They were moving quickly, desperately.
I didn't used to be like this. I can still sneak with the best of them. Not being able to remember doesn't make me any worse as an agent. It doesn't.
Any of my fellow arbiters would have killed you before this conversation began. But I can't decide whether to disdain or pity you.
I think we should let him go.
I don't know that I can. He is a trespasser. His slipping mind matters not.
We established that Okada's opponent someone else's game. What would killing him serve?
My duty dictates it. Killing Okada may not affect the one who hired him, but his trespass is an indelible fact. He should not be here.
Should we? Technically, we're also trespassing, aren't we?
That doesn't mean anything. An arbiter cannot trespass. And even if I could, I still act with the Protectorate's best interests in mind. Not out of some base self-interest. Were the situation different, perhaps I could look the other way. But Okada has clearly defected, and is thus not afforded such a luxury.
Yeah.
It is fortunate you have gained my trust, or I would not bend to one who had not. Justice must serve a purpose. Okada may live, and I hope we shan't regret it. Be gone. You've been granted your final stay of execution. Should our paths ever cross again, you know what will occur.
I didn't think this would happen. Thank you, Cadet Rao. My apologies for all the strife I caused over the years. And you. Without you, I would have been reduced to my composite parts. Here, take these. I suppose you'll have more use for them than I, in my present state.
Allowing a Sub Rosa agent to leave with his life in the heart of a Protectorate station. We may have to speak on this further. But let us see what we came here for first.
Oh, there was a mod kit for him. Info not found. Maximum blah blah blah. Seeing chamber until either blah blah. Should the code lapse from your memory, recall it. Judgment serves as the Arbiter's hammer. What is the Arbiter's scalpel?
The hint pertaining to the passcode on that terminal. I believe I know the answer. It is contained in a phrase the Supreme Arbiter drilled into our heads for many years.
Let me try to guess
Our
it.
work at the refugee camp did not slake your investigative hunger? I doubt you'll be able to surmise it exactly, but come even close, and I shall be impressed. For myself, the Supreme Arbiter, and Virgil especially, if judgment is the Arbiter's gavel, what is the Arbiter's scalpel?
If it's specific to the three of you, it must be evidence gathering or investigation.
Ah, you've got the spirit exactly, if not the word itself. Very nice. An Arbiter's gavel is judgment, and an Arbiter's scalpel is analysis. Try entering that.
Welcome, Supreme Arbiter. Last login 11 months ago. From the console. completed. My most esteemed sovereign, I message to inform you of the recent casualty estimates of my arbiters. We've lost several thousands. Doubles those lost in the first 2 years of fighting. Council has requested a meeting. When it comes time for one to prove himself over the other.
From that terminal, it sounds as if the Supreme Arbiter had some sort of business with the Consul. To what end, I wonder? The tone of her response seemed relaxed, but I do not believe she would have met with the Consul unless she had no other choice. And that feckless agent. I don't understand his aim or who he would be working for. Only the Consul. But the Protectorate does not ally itself with Sub Rosa.
Could the Consul have brokered some kind of deal? Seems like he'd have connections.
I couldn't imagine the Consul pinning his duties on someone so clearly out of sorts as our recently departed friend. Besides, he has his own agents. Well, at least we found what we needed on the Supreme Arbiter's terminal. I only hope whatever awaits us at Central Control is less tumultuous. As for Okada, I'm not sure what to think. My decision to allow him to go free was at odds with all I have been taught. He was a traitor and should have died. Yet, I cannot help but feel strangely justified.
Maybe because Protected Doctrine has a strange intersection with morality, or lack of.
That's just it. I am supposed to be an objective judge of moral intent, hence my role as a peacekeeper for the Protectorate. How can I maintain this role if I falter?
Objectively, Okada didn't deserve to die for what he did, and you know it.
Objectively to whom? Damn it! Forget this. Forget it all. I can't allow any specter of doubt to creep into my decisions. Let us list this incident as a fluke and move on. Altogether, I think visiting this station was fruitful for my ultimate task. Hopefully, we'll grow ever closer to discovering the Supreme Arbiter's true killer. And, circumstances aside, I appreciate your accompanying me here, Commander. It means much. Now let us return to the incognito and plan out our next steps.
That's easy enough, it's right around the corner.
It would appear our next stop is Praetor. Specifically, Central Control. I look forward to traveling there, once you've sufficiently prepared. No. The Sentinel worked on the Consul's behalf. I do note that the agent was an odd wrinkle. But that still does not fly in the face of what I believe. Excellent. I
mean, yeah, it's... I don't know. That Sentinel seemed completely cool. Tristan weapons now deal plasma damage. Or shock. Immunity shock. Immunity corrosive. Casting of the Veil.
Let us make our way to Central Control forthwith.
Central Control. Oh yeah, that's where we weren't able to enter actually.
Best turn around. Central Control's in... Wait. Arbiter Rao? What are you doing here? I've heard a great deal regarding your exploits within the Protectorate. And it is all that prevents me from summoning the Guard. I've strict orders to arrest you on sight.
I've no desire to slay you, but if you seek to prevent me from pursuing my duties, I will have no other choice.
Why isn't Tristan allowed in?
Arbiter Rao did not report to the Consul's summons. Consequently, he is wanted for questioning. It is only our difference in rank that stays my hand from attempting arrest.
Let's just go back where it came. It doesn't need to come to violence.
Very well. I shall not sound the alarm. But you are still not permitted to enter this facility either through this entry or any side route. I shall be watching.
Commander, let us speak privately on our next course of action. I did not care for that exchange at all. The idea that the Consul would stymie me individually is rather disturbing. Regardless, we do have alternate means of ingress. I seem to recall a number of creatures bypassing the left fence through some upper path we were never able to find. There's also the prisoner entrance on the right. If you're sufficiently dexterous, you may be able to bypass the safeguards to get us in.
There's two ways in, actually.
Smells like paint and
Got my last on a
agitated
hostile.
dust. Renovations, I surmise.
Don't worry, don't question, don't...
What the fuck? I mean, of course, I can also just kill everyone. These guys really didn't do anything against us, so can avoid it. Let's just try.
That elevator over there goes to the Supreme Arbiter's old office. I hope the technicians have kept it in working order.
Trust the plan, serve set progress.
I believe what we need is on that terminal. I'll see if I can find my way in.
Or is this central command as in, like, the arbiters used to be here? And obviously,
the terminal's locked,
everything was taken
which is
down.
no surprise. See if you can find some method to bypass its passcode.
Examine deciphering the plan. Also protected volumes.
Did you hear that? I think something may have unlocked. I think this may You must finish reading through that terminal. The elevator's been summoned from below. Someone's coming up. Hurry!
Consul Thoreau, I'm sure you're surprised to be receiving this message, and thus I can assume you already know my intent. Even considering aligning myself against the Sovereign is like sticking my hand in boiling oil. Yet my dead charges spur me forward. 10 scores of Arcadia's finest, at least 10 scores, died in defense of Golden Ridge. And does the region lie in our control? No. We fled like sprats, all at Varric's behest. I shall lower myself to work with you, Consul. I will help you uphold your plan to... Hold... What in blazes? How long have you been standing there? What did you hear?
Of course she was fucking dirty too. Ashton. Tristan.
I cannot believe what I heard. I cannot.
It must have been hard to see.
Actually, it wasn't. Perhaps at first, until I discerned her true intentions.
No, don't do this.
My mentor hated the Consul and was deeply devoted to the Sovereign. She'd never speak thus, unless she was trying to lure the Consul into a trap.
Rao, you really ought to have a sit-down.
Yes.
Were this anyone except your mentor, you'd see this for what it is.
What I'm proposing is eminently plausible. It may be beyond you to see her machinations, but it's obvious to me that this was merely an intricate play. It's all that makes sense.
It's obvious she was killed before she could send it. There's no level play here.
It's not obvious to me. You didn't know her. Wait, do you hear that?
Arbiter Rao, I finally got you. Submit quietly to the Protectorate's justice for your manifold transgressions.
Are you insane? Who are you? And on whose authority do you claim to judge me?
My name is Junior Arbiter Mayhall, and I operate on Arbiter Mandate, as you did once. Now, no questions. This is already going to be difficult enough.
Didn't realize the console had arbiters in his pocket too.
It's logical. The Sentinels have all but taken over central control. It stands to reason the few arbiters still trained here would only be Sentinels in armored regalia.
I cannot deny that central control has changed, but... What am I saying? I need not defend myself from the likes of you.
Enough! This has been an unpleasant day and my patience is gone. Your accusations are baseless and accosting a higher-ranked arbiter is grounds for arbitration.
They're far from baseless. You stand accused of abandoning your post, of infiltrating Protectorate facilities with opaque aims, and of hampering the Protectorate war effort. There's no discussion to be had with criminals. I needed to see firsthand that Arbiter Rao had abandoned his station. He has, and must meet my judgment.
These accusations of yours are slander. If you believe false bravado shall save you from my wrath, you're sorely mistaken.
Can't you see, Tristan, can't you see she's just following her duty like you are?
At Oculus, and again at the Vox, you showed me that the law may be interpreted. Clemency can be granted where before it would be unthinkable. Here my sense of duty clamors to be answered. But as much as it surprises me to admit it, I think you're correct. To this recruit, I've diverged from the path of righteousness. Slaying her for sincerely trying to do what is right would be a farce of justice.
If I find some way to change her mind, you wouldn't kill her.
I would not. But I know the reality of swaying an arbiter from their chosen path. It's likely this situation may devolve into violence regardless.
What is this insanity? I would never imagine an Arbiter balking from their chosen course. I had hoped Arbiter Rao would come to his senses, but obviously to no avail. I may not wish to judge him. I may not understand what has come over him. It is of no consequence. His crimes against the Protectorate are all that matters.
Tristan spared the Sentinel bent on arresting him. Does that seem like a traitor to you?
He was simply doing his duty, just as you or I must every day. Killing him would have been wrong, even though attempting to arrest me was a criminal act.
That's even worse than I thought. You chose not to do your duty, and expect telling me so would soften my decision to judge you?
The Supreme Arbiter taught me to follow my own sense of justice. And I have. Use your mind. Think about what I did. What you intend to do. Is this moral? Is this right?
You don't even have to answer. I can tell that you know this isn't just.
But it is of no consequence. I must... Architect's mercy. I'm just not sure.
Even the Supreme Arbiter seems to have struggled to do the right thing by your laws.
We don't know that for certain, but to an onlooker without our knowledge, it could seem that way. And such presumed traitorousness would be very confusing.
Even the Supreme Arbiter has struggled with this? That doesn't seem possible. But I suppose there's no way to ask her now. I shall trust your words. Consider my hand stayed. I can see that judging Tristan would only rob the Protectorate of another of its servants. It seems I must reflect on this matter.
So what do you think?
It would appear we're in agreement. Neither of us shall raise a hand against the other. I'm pleased.
Yeah, I bet he is. Just remind him that abstaining from violence ain't the same as chocolates and flowers.
So, what course of action do we take now?
It's important for an arbiter to use their forebrain. Next time you encounter something as strange as a loyal arbiter diverging from the path of righteousness, investigate. You may find more questions than answers. But deciphering them and interpreting justice as best we can is how we might serve Arcadia.
Uphold justice in my way. I'll attempt to remember that, Arbiter Rao. Thank you.
Glory to the Protectorate, Junior Arbiter. Make me proud. I'm pleased we were able to resolve that altercation peaceably. Robbing Arcadia of an enthusiastic recruit would have given me little joy.
Huh. You beginning to wean yourself off of eating the shoe polish? This is a good turn, Rao.
You know, I'd even venture to say she reminded me just a little of myself as a lad.
Where do we go from here?
All this excitement did not make me forget the confession on the Supreme Arbiter's terminal. I have to bring it to Virgil. Together, we can discover exactly what transpired. Agreed. I'm not sure of his whereabouts since last we encountered him. I'll send him a message. With luck, we'll hear from him before long.
Okay, so now we just have to get the fuck out of here.
Heads up. Rival life forms.
The old quarters are... they have all been removed. I hardly recognize this place.
Hey, you all right?
I'm fine. Some arid dust merely found its way into my eye.
Huh? Worthy of review.
We've got company, Commander. The unfriendly kind.
Giving chase.
Grammar English. All charged up.
Aggressors in range.
Artificial flavor.
This continues, we basically have killed everyone. I just wanted to check out what's down here, but I mean, like, it doesn't.
No escape for you.
shall reduce them to a slurry!
Is that that back entrance that I found? Must be.
Hostile ahead.
You need a house call.
There.
Seems the console is not I shall not stay your execution.
Prize to punish. Hostile knife.
I mean, that was a big boom. That's where you can jump over, basically. No prisoners. I mean, that's good. Okay. Let's get the fuck out of here. Actually, let's have a look in this building as well.
Gun safety.
I am a bit ruthless at the moment. You know, when I went in, I obviously sneaked and I was like, yeah, let's not kill anyone. And now I'm doing all of that. You know, apparently you can have it both ways. What was the age of sovereign world there was passing? 15. What place where the original Articles of Confederation was flawed? A noble history? Much autonomy. Much autonomy. What's it, blah blah blah. Users must present a deck-specific set of credentials. Who's in charge of Protector's religious development? Department of Belief. By what criteria does a Protectorate acumen test truly place subjects? By matriarch ordained principles built upon the consul's able hand. This quest. When did I pick this up? I mean, for an arsenal, I would have expected more stuff. Like, it's cool, I guess, but it's not like... You know what? I'm gonna try this fucking rocket pistol. Sounds interesting. Actually, I haven't tried this thing yet. That's slow. Okay.
So, the Sovereign was undergoing mental refreshment. I do not believe for a moment that he truly was in need of it. And I fear he shall never be the same. I choose to make my decisions on behalf of the Sovereign, for I know it is best. Even in his present state, that fact remains unchanged. The Consul shall be made to pay for his part in this. Then we shall figure out what best to do with the Sovereign.
Maybe we should take Tristan to the Sovereign.
Once we find Virgil, he and I shall unravel what a... This ship, I suppose there's some...
Alright, so we need to hear from him. Alright, so the Automatic Ranger have begun next to the archive. Visit their headquarters at Laplace's Garden. So I will go with the order for sure. Oyster, right. The Iceman, an eccentric orbit around Elysium, barely keeps it in the habitable zone, though it remains host to Laplace's Garden in order, the Ascendant stronghold. First, the permafrost provides perfect housing for the archive. The largest computational machine ever built. Calculatory device is a liquid cooled to functional temperature by cloistered subsurface sea.
Moment of your time, Commander. Remember that matter on Cloister I mentioned earlier? Well, since we're here and all, thought we might take it up now. Might be hard to believe, but 20 or so odd years ago, I made a mistake. Feels like high time I righted it. Now I'm out and about again. For many years now, a former colleague of mine's been in a remote spot called Reasons Pass, on account of my decision. Hardly. Quite the opposite, in fact. She's one of the finest minds to ever grace the Order. Her research was unconventional, surely. She was as well. I think with both, we could right things, get the Order back on its intended path. Do appreciate it, Commander.
Cloister. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to go first. I have to decide between the Order and Auntie's Choice, right? So I actually want to do this thing first where we go to the Order and get their support, because then I want to go to the bloody ship from Auntie's Choice and see what's there.
Yeah. Conducive for cooling the archive, and unconducive for me feeling my fingers.
These temporary indignities of the body are nothing contrasted to the Order's future. Keep those eyes open, soldiers. Corneal frostbite be damned! Hold. We're presently observing a ceasefire with Auntie's choice, but its duration may be subject to sudden reversal. Would hate for you to get caught in any crossfire.
Thanks for the warning. So then, may I ask what you're doing out here?
Gathering data on the enemy's movements and behavior. Blizzards raise the degree of difficulty, but that's our problem, not yours.
Sounds like you're having a tough time.
Cloister has been a difficult front, and losing the archive, first to the invaders and now to the Protectorate, has made it even more painful. Never mind the rifts. If you're looking for a way to help us out, I recommend heading to Laplace's garden. Follow this path and you can't miss it. Only the finest place on this ice ball. Words aren't sufficient to capture its many quality attributes. Best you observe it yourself. Avalanche collapsed part of the tunnel to the garden, so the safest path is along the cliffside here. Mind your step.
If you're keen to beg the Order for help getting into the archive, here's your chance. But we're better off making a deal with Auntie's choice. At least we know the asking price.
Kleptomania. Check for sure. I thought I had this already. Water. Like these, you know, it's cool to find these little hidden things, but it's never quite really worth it. Like they just have, you know, more of the normal things that you find everywhere else. And like, it'd be cooler if there was just something in here that's only here available. Okay, so they said it's actually better to go outside. Oh, just go.
I find your proposed time frame leisurely. Unaccountably so. Can't talk.
Calculating an inverse complex sum.
Have you at least determined the...
Okay, cool. So we can't get through there at all.
Have an intellectually stimulating day.
You have a very non-scholarly look.
Outskirts.
You know, you strike me as someone with a very small body of publishing.
You would be correct. I have not fucking published anything. And that's not true, actually. We have a professor background. Let's have a look at this. Bounty. Mangler. Medicine Queen. Buckshot Bill.
Hey, Commander. Something tells me the Order won't be keen on letting an enemy soldier walk through their gates. Reckon I ought to step away?
Heard that rift near the Ark? Halt! The Oracle Laureate sent ahead to expect someone matching your description. However, he said nothing about admitting questionable allies. Members of Auntie's Choice are not permitted inside Laplace's garden. Your companion will have to wait outside.
Huh. If only one of us could have foreseen this situation. But I'll stay back, Commander. Ain't no reason to cause a scene.
You should heed the wisdom of your friend.
Yeah, these hues suit my complexion real good.
As likely as I find that theory, we have rules and regulations for a reason. We are at war, you might have noticed. The Oracle Laureate is our foremost seer, excluding the presiding bishop herself. He oversees the Department of Predictive Analysis, and in so doing keeps the Order on course. Indubitably, Laureate Beckett said to accommodate you as best as possible, but rules are rules. Is this some kind of test? You'll discover all you need once inside. Was there ambiguity in my previous warning?
I wouldn't get... Got something that needs doing, Commander? If you say so.
Agent, I have a message for you. On behalf of the Order of the Ascendant and her impermeable wisdom, the presiding bishop Ruth Bassar, welcome to Laplace's garden. The presiding bishop is presently indisposed, but I've been instructed to direct you to the Artificer Laureate for whatever pressing matter has brought you to the garden. She's working in Belvedere Hall's secondary courtyard. Enter the large building at the top of the mesa ahead and follow the first hall on your right.
I was led to believe that Vicar Alden may also be expecting me.
Oh, yes. The vicar did ask me to direct you to him. How positively forgetful of me. He should be waiting for you in Belvedere Hall's main courtyard at the top of the stairs.
Artificer Laureate sounds important.
The Artificer Laureate is head of the Department of Applied Scientism, overseeing the exemplars, or craftsmen, of our order. Weapons and technology all fall under her purview.
Said the presiding bishop is indisposed?
Oh no, not at all. The presiding bishop routinely spends time in a sensory deprivation chamber to hone her mental faculties. Of course, she does seem to be logging more hours in the chamber of late, but I'm certain that's all part of the plan. The rest of the Laureate Council is capable of managing affairs while the presiding bishop is occupied. Really, it's no reason for concern. Nothing in the garden is.
I'm sure. This place seems oddly calm for being in a war zone.
Look around you. I don't see a battlefield. Do you?
Is this a trick question?
You're right. My response was too ambiguous. Allow me to be more direct. Those in the garden have enough perspective to remain present and to focus on what matters. Science and progress.
I'm impressed you managed to say all that with the giant silver spoon in your mouth.
It may seem like I'm speaking from a position of luxury and privilege, but it is a privilege the Order hopes to share with all one day. But now, I fear I have kept you long past an ideal duration. May all your problems precede solutions.
I take that. May all your problems precede solutions.
Is it just me? Or does something seem... Oh, never mind.
Is it?
Yes, Commander.
You seem happier being less focused on violence.
Happier? Me? Really? I suppose that is an applicable term. Hope it's not getting in the way of the work. Are you satisfied with my performance? Anything to note?
Killing oneself, everything. You need to do more than just survive.
I tend to agree, though I didn't see things that way before. Thank you. May the plan...
Caffeine integration.
I'm cutting you off there, Charles. That's your third conviction today. People will start to worry. Welcome to the CAF integration point. Will it be caffeine or convictions today?
What are convictions?
Convictions are statements which promote personal and professional confidence and well-being, leading to 22.9% more scientific breakthroughs in a given quarter. Interested?
I certainly am. I take 5? No, 10.
Let's start with 1 and see how it takes. Before I can administer your conviction, I need to ask you a question. In what area of your life do you feel you need the most improvement? Personal or professional?
Professional. I had some professional setbacks.
Expand on that for me.
One of my former colleagues was a danger to Arcadia, so I had to kill her.
Oh, well, that's certainly specific. Your contributions to the plan will one day progress beyond increasing the rate of the universe's natural state of entropy.
That's it? I don't feel any different.
Is that right? You'd be the first to admit as much. You know, I'm actually nearing the end of my shift. If you're amenable to continuing our chat somewhere more private, I think we could both benefit. Right this way.
This is the first time for romance at all. If this is going to be romance. Also, it says this will be remembered, right? This only happened with companions so far. What's going on? Is this more product?
You must be curious why I asked for such a discreet rendezvous.
I think I have some idea.
Dear me. I hope you weren't expecting some illicit tryst.
I was.
You wicked thing. On the contrary, I need your help proving a certain theory of mine. I have adequate reason to believe the Order is conducting a mass experiment on the population of Laplace's garden.
That sounds interesting. Fascinating. Do you think they have room for one more participant, or?
You might put down your proverbial hand once you hear the specifics. The Order is not cultivating its perfect, plan-abiding society through careful ideological pruning, as the laureates would have you believe. It's simple pharmacology. Put bluntly, they're regulating the emotions of everyone in Laplace's garden through drugs in the water supply.
Why would they do that?
Why would the Order want to create a society of undistractable little academics whose only desire is to advance the plan? I wonder.
You don't seem like you're affected.
I'm limiting my water intake and using other pharmaceuticals to combat the effects. It's not a perfect system, but it works adequately enough.
What's a partial effect feel like?
It makes the mind quieter, like closing the door on a screaming crowd. It's not unpleasant.
If you're saying it's true, we need to tell the people.
Moderate your volume, please. No one here is in any immediate peril. Probably. The Order claims the subjects here supposedly consented to participate, but it was begun prior to the schism with the Protectorate, so who's to say? Regardless, if the Order has made some kind of pharmaceutical breakthrough, imagine how useful it might be to certain parties to know about it in advance.
What are you working for? No, you're not really with the Order.
I represent a group of information traders who would pay well to get their hands on a sample of this drug. Interested?
Rosa sub. With sub Rosa.
So you've heard of us. Good. That makes this easier. My primary task has been to watch the order. But I'm confident my superiors would agree. Physical proof is of far greater value than mere rumor.
What happens if I hand over the sample?
Nothing nefarious, if that's the needle in your conscience. We only mean to study the drug and consider all of its many applications. I know that must read as terribly vague to you, but I'm not at liberty to provide more detail than that.
I'm making a very convincing case to trust you.
Well, I'm not asking you to do something an honest person would. Think of this as a business transaction, if that eases your mind.
You don't really care about what's happening here, do you? This is all about money.
No, this is about control. Everything is.
How do you figure that?
Most see this as a war of survival. But what everyone's really fighting for is control over the narrative. To be declared victor and have their vision for Arcadia deemed superior. It follows that a drug capable of suppressing discontent could also be used to suppress greater forms of resistance. That's all.
Oh, I'll have a look.
All you need to do is enter water reconditioning and collect a sample of the drug. I believe they call it perspective. This passcode will give you access to the main terminal. Watch the guards patrol before making your way into the facility. If worst comes to worst, I wager Laureate Beckett also has a keycard on him, but that might be tricky to lift. Lately, he's been sitting near the fountains, performing his silly little breathing exercises. If he's not there, then he's likely in conference with the presiding bishop. Whatever you do, be discreet. I can't have any laureates asking questions about me. Understood? It's too diluted by the time it enters circulation. I need the unfiltered drug, which is only accessible to those working in water reconditioning. Outside of work, I have, let's call it an alternative inventory. You'll have to pay, of course, but I'm sure I have something that'll make your job a little easier. And I'd...
How does this make my job easier?
What a lamentable state of affairs. I remember the days when Laplace's garden lived up to its estimable purpose. Now look at it. The fountain in disrepair, pedagogy in the park, even the lights above our heads have winked out like stars taken down from the sky. Nevertheless, one must persist. The plan is good. The shadow of ignorance cannot withstand its light.
You mentioned an issue with the lights?
Oh, I couldn't say. This isn't my college, as it were. I'm a vicar. I tend to people's philosophical needs and leave the management of the garden to others. Oh, no? What a...
A second makeup exam will not be offered, so I hope you studied this time, Briar. You may begin now. Do your own research.
Shh! If I'm caught talking during this makeup exam, what does it matter? Can't mark the occipital from the parietal with these voided questions. And is there something wrong with the air recyclers? It's getting hard to breathe.
What's the first? Calm down, you're panicking.
You're mistaken. Panic isn't on the garden. Can't believe my future in the Order will be decided by an understanding of the vaporescent properties of trinitrotoluenes. I don't even like bitrotoluenes.
What's the first question?
My vision's gone a bit fuzzy, but the exam's right here on the monitor. Have a look. I'm sure I'd recover my wits enough to tackle the rest of the test if you can just help me.
Cost of 7. I looked at the exam, but I couldn't make sense of it. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Hello. Welcome to Caff Integration Point. I'm Junior Caffeine Celebrant Runch, and I'll be...
On a scale of 1 to 100, how pleased are you with the garden in its current state? Please, try to capture your satisfaction to the nearest 10th inch.
Okay, there's a shitload of things to do here. But I have to finish for today. It is quite late.